Hello everybody, welcome to Spark Chris Inspiration. How is everybody? I just grabbed my nearest hat and I had a little bag and I put some makeup on and I was watching a wonderful interview with Elizabeth Gilbert and her new book, Big Magic, that came out. And I was just listening to her during the interview and it got me so excited and it got me so happy about certain aspects of creativity. And I just want to come on camera and talk about this because this is so true for me and so many of you guys too, that the one thing that stops or delays us in this progress is fear. We think we're not going to be able to be original enough. It's already been done before. It's been said, it's been written, it's been danced, it's been produced, it's been whatever. But she talks about how, yes, it has been. Most likely, if you get 10 professors from top universities and they look at anything from plays to books to movies, you'll find a source, a derivative of that already being in existence. But it's our interpretation, our spin, our authentic lens that we see through to create this. Like tarot readers, there are thousands and thousands of tarot readers, but I have a very specific kind of interpretation of it and lens in a different way I channel. Just like you will in whatever endeavor you want to undertake and do, and to not underscore it by perfectionism or limiting beliefs that people have seen it, whatever. And another proponent to this was fear of rejection, fear of people ignoring it. I know so many of you guys now are putting out new content and it hasn't been received the way you want. Speaking of that, Christina Lawson, one of my dear friends that I've been speaking to for years now, one of my patrons, she just came out with a YouTube channel. So if you go under Christina Lawson, you'll see her new tarot, and I really think she's gifted as well. And you guys just keep it up, because what happens is the ego will take over and say, I'm not getting the response I deserve or want. And we want to be childlike and not childish, right? Open wonder, open heart, open mind. We're doing this for ourselves, right? We're doing this as something that we love and an expression of ourselves. So it doesn't necessarily have to, come out gangbusters. The fact that we tried where so many other people aren't even trying to express themselves this way is huge. So be proud of yourself for that. You're putting yourself out there. And usually anybody that will critique or be negative about your work, they probably haven't written that book, created that channel, started that business themselves. So again, the people that are doing less are the ones that will say things. Like, I just felt so goofy and fun today. Like, I just put on my scarf and my tassel earrings and the nearest hat, and I was like laying in bed early and I was trying out different makeup techniques and watching these TEDx talks and just getting in a really good mood. And I wanted to come on camera and thank all you guys so much, because I remember starting this process and it wasn't about what if people don't like this, what if people reject it. It was like, I have to do this. This comes from my heart. I'm channeling, I'm hearing these wonderful things and these notions. And it's not about, I'm going to help people, because it starts with just your expression, because people don't necessarily want to be helped, but they will take on board what helps them in their journey. And that's all it is, expressing your unique viewpoint. And if they can use it, they will. So all you guys that are out there trying and producing whatever it is, content or a way to express yourself, or emit this, individuality, keep going. It's so wonderful. It's so necessary, and it's good for your soul. And I did not know this, but this is something that really inspired me too. I didn't know that Elizabeth had worked for years and years in diners, working in the food industry, working for 6 years, and just writing. And her first 6 years of writing got utterly rejected and sent back before Eat, Pray, Love, and the great success of that. And she talks about this phenomenal premise, and I believe this 100%, that we act and have a hard time with that struggle of being catapulted into the far left of failure and darkness and being unrecognized, all our work and our efforts, to extreme fame, like she said, when she had extreme success in that. It's out of our normal existence where we're just creating happily, right? All eyes are on us now. And she was so honest and open about, her book that followed up with Eat, Pray, Love. She was so afraid to do it because she thought, how can anything compare to Eat, Pray, Love? And she said that it was like an epic fail, and that was no big deal because she just gave herself permission to go ahead and do it. And I thought that was so beautiful and so amazing, because that's the thing, when we take our ego out of it and we're just being true to our creative self, that's how we win, that we don't give in to the fear or pressure of something not being a great success or not being a great failure. We're in that beautiful sweet spot in the middle where we're just doing and creating. And I thought it was so beautiful. So I just wanted to come on camera and express that, because I kind of like want the FaceTime with you guys too, because I just like that. I like seeing some of my favorite speakers and readers come on and talk, and the support you guys show me through your comments, your love, your patronage, everything, in my Etsy store. And I swear, I just start crying. I read through comments and see you guys have pictures of my jewelry and your kids and all of this stuff. And it's this time of year where I want to put some more FaceTime in and just show my appreciation. So enjoy the video, you guys. Have a great day. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Spark Inspiration. How is everybody? I am having such a tra-la-la-la-la, happy, fairy, mystical moment day. It's just one of those things where the other day, just by like happenstance, I started my day with watching like a TEDx talk and information. And since I'm such an information junkie, especially when it comes to catching meaning in things, catching satisfaction in life, letting go of fear, really just galloping forward into our creative endeavors. And I'm finding the messages I need to provide me with this forward motion. And I'm telling you, if you look for these meaningful messages, they're out there for you. And not only that is taking place, but I just went on YouTube and this beautiful Finnish speaker came up, and she was on a TEDx talk, and she was talking about messages from the universe and heeding them, and saying how she went in a bookstore, flipped through this book, thought it might be nice. She reads this one thing and she's like, I don't know so much about that, if that's for me. So she does it. She flips through again, same page, does it 3 times, same page, but is not in the mood to like hear anything, right? And then she is having a conversation with a friend, and she says to him, "It's so weird. I was in the bookstore and this happened." And he was like, "What's the book?" So he obviously went and got it. And then when they were together again, he goes, "Do me a favor and just flip through this book." And she flipped through, no lie, same page. And it was just these beautiful moments. And I loved this because I think this is verbatim what it said. "How much longer will you go on letting your energy sleep? How much longer are you going to stay oblivious to the immensity of yourself? Don't lose time in conflict, lose no time in doubt. Time can never be recovered. And if you miss an opportunity, it may take many lives before another comes your way again." And it was this Osho quote, and it was one of those things where it was like those messages can be right in front of us, but until we're ready to receive that, we don't receive it, right? So open heart, open mind, get ready to receive this, because I believe this whole month of December is going to be jam-packed with messages that help us in tremendous ways for growth, for understanding, to understand ourselves, and also to not only get meaning out of what we're doing and why we're doing it, but to kind of find that, sweet spot of motives behind what we do things, right? I'll ask myself this: why do I want to go to the store? And I'll usually locate an underlying factor. Oh, it's boredom, it's whatever. I don't actually need anything. So it saves us time, it saves us money, and it saves us energy. So all of that, I just wanted to share that because I felt like I was bursting with just ideas and sentiments from all these lovely messages that were coming. And I am not kidding you, when these were the cards that came up for the energy for your daily pop, and I was just blown away. But right before I begin, and I know in my prologue that I had already mentioned it, but I just want to reiterate Christina Lawson, Intuitive Guidance, her new YouTube channel. And I'd love for you to go check her out, just because I believe, she's a great empath and she has a lovely cadence of voice. And I feel like, we should help and support one another in our endeavors. And like I have been saying, everybody thinks, oh, this has already been tried, this has already been written, this has already been said, but it's not through the lens of your eye and your perception, which is going to make it uniquely different, right? And it's, if you guys, those of you that want to go out there and be creative, just focus on it right now. Because listen to this, take a risk if you are to lead a creative life. Invite creativity into your life. Create something new for yourself. Oftentimes, like I said earlier, the one thing, the reason people don't follow an endeavor, hey, everybody else has done that. Yes, people probably painted a very similar picture. But guess what? This is a new lens. It's your perception. And also the fact that, and when I heard this one quote, I thought it was so true. it's not necessarily that we're doing something because we're trying to help or move somebody else, but we are helping and moving ourselves with our creativity, and it's done in love, and anything done in love is healing and moving and helpful, right? And I love that so much. So whatever you have to provide, know that it's uniquely you, and it's your tune, it is your fiddle. So just start playing it and experiment. And like all the authors and creatives that have gone out there before, we will sometimes fluctuate on that spectrum to, oh, I can do anything. This is exquisite. I love it. And everybody's going to receive this well. And it shouldn't even matter that mandate or that stamp of approval, but it's always in our thoughts, right? Like, you ever just post something and you think it's so lovely and wonderful and like nobody really pays attention to it, or it takes a while and you're just like, oh, am I crazy? Or do I just think, or are people just not interested in what I have to say, photograph or whatever, right? It's always those doubts because we place so much importance on numerics and how other people respond. It just shouldn't be that way. Sing in your room, dress up. Like today, I am legit a nut job. I have tried on so many hats and scarves, and I rarely do this because I leave very little time for play and dress up. And I used to love it, like trying out new makeup techniques. And I was head scarfing it up. And as you saw in my thing earlier, that was the only hat I could find in here. I just whacked it on my head before I started speaking, because I wanted to create and be in that flow. Now, focus is important in this. For enlightenment, we need to stay in the moment. So let me just sort of like bring that to the fore. As mutable fire, I'm all over the place, so I have to write things down. I have to categorize it. I have to take notes all the time, mental, physical. If you have a phone, you probably have like an electronic little note thing where you can just dictate to it. Because I've always felt that creativity and all the beauty of that does come from source, but it's lightning striking, right? It's like the beautiful snowflake that lands. We have to grasp it before that gift is moved on to somebody else, that idea, that notion, that premise, whatever, to grasp it and focus for that moment and say, how important is this? Is this in my wheelhouse? Is this something, do I give an F buck about this, right? Like, forget, you may not have time at that moment. Don't dismiss it because you don't have time at that moment. I mean, my plate is pretty full in a fun way where I have lots of creative pieces I'm making for people for Christmas, and I'm excited. However, I still will write that book. I still will create that video. I don't have to do it right now, but I'm going to take notes along the way. Remember that, chop wood, carry water, stay busy, but stay eyes open for those opportunities. You're really going to be richly rewarded for that. And bring unresolved issues into view. I'm constantly trying to do this, and I do feel like that's why these meaningful messages come to me. The universe is saying, yeah, you have a lot of tabs open, you have a lot of ideas, a lot of inspired ideas, but just because you don't necessarily focus on them in the moment, they're not wasted. And unresolved issues too. It's like I'm slowly becoming a hoarder from hell. Like, I love Christmas, so I'm like, I need this ornament, I need this ribbon, I need this. I'm like, girl, you better slow your roll. Comment down below if every time you go in Home Goods or somewhere, you're just like, impulse buy to the 1,000th, and you're like, I need this ribbon, I need this tape, I need this notepad, I need it. And then you get home and you're like, Holy Mary, Mother of God, I have 20 friggin' pounds of stuff. And I'm running out of house space, honestly. So that is an issue. I need to weed out, send, donate, all of those things. And, life is life, right? We still have meaningful endeavors and responsibilities and stuff, but let this kind of shine and come through whenever you can, so you can live and breathe your dreams and what resonates with you too. Even if it's the tiniest step, you're like, write that first little sentence in that book, say that first little phrase on camera, watch yourself. What's super fun I did for myself? A lot of people are like, Melanie, I really want to start my own YouTube channel, but I feel like everything's been said and done. Again, has not been said or done by you, and you will resonate with different people. Like, a lot of people say the reason that I choose you is your voice is so soothing to me, your cadence, your enthusiasm. I get a lot, your authenticity, your true love of this and things like that. Like, you will have something that is slightly different that someone resonates with. It could be your accent. You could have a Boston accent and Bostonians are like, hell yeah, I feel like my sister's in the room. Things like that, right? Doesn't matter. Do what you want to do. Everything there, it's such a dynamic force to come from your heart space, that sort of thing, and then focus on it and follow through. But this is huge. Play. Find time to incorporate play into your everyday life. Be goofy. That's why I pulled out my hats and my scarves and my makeup. I was full blown having a session here. I'm like, yeah, hair and nails and brows, and just like going nuts and having fun for a couple minutes, because I hadn't allowed myself that in months and months. And I thought, half the time, no lie, when I leave the house, I was like, I would have been like trying to hide under my hood if I ran into anybody, because I'm like, no time for that, no time for that. And then I was like, girl, you need to moisturize and you need to do this and get on top of that. Play with stuff around your house. Realize that you have all these beautiful resources, fun things. Before you go, when you buy another new lipstick, look through and see what you have, right? Because this is a time to really kind of like conserve, and impulse buys are just yelling at us for no reason. Like I just went on Instagram and I saw Pat McGrath had their lipsticks are normally $35 marked down to $12. And I was like, girl, do you need one more lipstick? And it's the enticing factor, how they package it this time of year, all of that. But really ask yourself, hey, if I don't need it or I already have it, I'm going to calm the hell down with that. But playing, you deserve to be happy and joyful around others. And when you're playing and you're not taking yourself or your life too seriously, you are that way, that open, childlike mind. I want to learn something. I want to learn something about you. Tell me about what's going on in your life, and really have active listening, and really just slow everything down and be in that world with that person, because it's special. So again, you guys, that is your energy for today. Thank you so much for spending the time with me. I just feel really energetic, so I want to do a lot of different things today and kind of like cultivate and grow this good mood. But I do like to have these pause and I hadn't taken a while, in the last couple of days to study and learn. So the fact that I was able to do that re-inspires me for this as well, because I want to bring you fresh new ideas and concepts too. So, we can ignite that passion and flame towards going towards that which we love, and we endeavor to grow in our lives, right? Because where we focus is where we get our results. So you're going to be able to do that. Hey, I really want to make this a thing of beauty, so I'm going to invest my time in it, and you'll do that. So you guys, if you're curious, all my links are down below. Don't forget to press like and subscribe if you're new to my channel. I really appreciate it. It helps so much. Thank you guys over on Etsy, and thank you guys for coming over. I'm still able, I think, up for kind of like the next 7 or 8 days to do custom pieces for you. Some people just like some things and they're like, Mel, can you do this, in rose gold? Can you do this with turquoise? Can you do this? So-and-so. And I'm still able to do that for the next few days, to have custom pieces for your mom and your friends and whatever you're celebrating. And I really like to do that. Makes, a thing of beauty and special creations for you guys. So thank you again for supporting my creative side. I appreciate it so much. And you guys, just chill, get out there and play and express yourself. And if you have any questions, come over to Instagram and DM me. A lot of people are just like, I want to do this, but I don't know how to do this, when it can be to any form of expression or YouTube or uploading or things like that. It's like, I had to learn from scratch all of this stuff too. So if there's any information I can provide that's helpful for you as well, I definitely will. And don't forget to go check out Christina Lawson and her intuitive guidance. And, it's so exciting, your first video too, and you can be like, oh my God, Christina, I remember when I saw your first video. It's really fun to grow, and so many of you guys are still here with me from my very first video, and we laugh at some of the stuff, and the cats knocking cameras over, and like losing sound, and me speaking so quickly it was like another language. So it's a lot of fun to go on that journey with other people as well. So love and light to everybody. Have a great day.